Hello once again. It is I, Bpendragon, and we are here for an episode of Bpendragon Presents. Up, as you can see up here in the top corner, we have a guy on Skype named Chaps. You probably know him as PonyMarine. You there, dude?
Yes. Yes,
Sweet,
I am.
sweet. The audio dropped there. So because it's a whatever Wednesday, I decided that we're going to do a fake riff of the prologue and probably chapter 1 of Stormriders Luna Zone, one of PonyMarine's fics. So let's have at this. Do you want to read or do you want me to read?
One second. Okay. I'll read it. I'll be
Okay.
off
Okay.
this sort of thing. I'm going to use a dramatic background voice.
Go for it.
The world is at peace. It's been 150 years since the border disputes with the Northern Driven Kingdom. Since then, the only contact has been from Equestrian Aerospace Defense Force combat airspace patrols sighting their fighters patrolling over their half of the no-fly zone. Recent land disputes between civilian mining groups in the mountains, however, may have the borders between the two kingdoms heating up again, and with diplomatic relations practically non-existent, the fires of war may be on the horizon.
Lol, heating up in the north. Fire and ice.
Not actually my intent, but now that I see that, it's like, oh, hey, is that a Game of Thrones reference before I even heard about that show?
Funny. I've never seen the show or actually read the books, so
All I know is there's one that's called A Song of Fire and Ice.
yeah, I know that, but it's still
Yeah.
I've never read it.
That's all I got, unfortunately. I'm told it's really good. And
I am too, but it's like I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I figure I'll find audiobooks at some point.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Northern Equestrian Border, Griffin No-Fly Zone Combat Aerospace Patrol. 370th Night Fighter Wing, the Nighthawks. It is 0100 hours.
But they're ponies, not hawks.
This is a good point. Nighthawk 3, lead. Tighten up your formation. Copy that, lead. Closing the gap. No need to be nervous, flight officer. I know it's your first flight with the squadron out of the academy, but the no-fly zone tends to be quiet most nights.
Hey, wait!
Seven.
I've got an idea. In areas of dialogue, why don't we go back and forth? Because it's easier to tell. It's easier to tell two different people at that point.
That'll help, yeah.
Lead 7 here. Flashport coming in. One of our mountain radar stations just went off air with no explanation. Northern Command wants to fly over with all speed.
Guess I spoke too soon, 3, and I was this close to retirement, too. Nighthawks, lead. Time to shake the lead out. Phillies, break to wing pairs and spread out into combat formation. 3, you're with me. A chorus of Wilcos and the tight chatter of wing pairs forming up was all the speaking the 3 squadrons of aircraft had to do. They were well trained, and this is what they were waiting for. Flight Officer Cloudburst, also known as Nighthawk 3, quickly maneuvered his FA-29 Thunderhoof fighter back into the left of his commanding officer.
So is that like Celestia's shoe, Thunderhoof?
Depends on how heavy she's been hitting the cake recently.
or the bananas.
Or the bananas. Do you like bananas? I don't. Those things are nasty.
Potassium. Gotta love the stuff.
The night air was cold and crisp as a little of it slipped past his flight helmet and the high altitude breathing system. The moon was light. The moonlight was bright and clear. Hey, there's a typo.
Yeah.
The mountain
wait, which version are you using? I don't see a typo.
The one we're looking at. The typo is the moon was bright.
Oh, it was bright. It was the moonlight was bright. Okay, I see that. I see where you are.
Bright and clear as it lit the mountain ranges below. A night that had started out as a fam flight, that's familiarization flight. Man, I used a lot of slang in here.
Yeah, you did. We should have probably gone through the glossary first.
That's probably a good idea. Well, fall behind, get left behind. The show's officially going on pirate code as of right now. And there goes your chance to monetize because Disney's going to sue the shit out of us.
Oh, yeah. There it goes, out the window. Which is actually
Okay.
opened about 6 inches.
Well, for the record, a fam flight is a familiarization flight.
Noted.
So getting to know the local area or getting to know the aircraft. In this case, it's getting to know the patrol zone.
I knew that, but I'm guessing my 3 listeners didn't. Oh
Well,
wait, 2. You're one of them.
Yes. Now you know.
The more you know.
Know your stars. Know your. God damn, I'm getting you sued all over the place.
I actually led a star tour last night, random out in the parking lot, because Orion was really bright, and it's like, hey, look, it's Orion, and look, Taurus. Oh, you can actually see Cassiopeia tonight, and everybody's just looking at me like, Bpendragon, are you okay? No, I'm fine, and I just start pointing to this randomly across the sky.
They're talking to me.
Yes.
And now a word from our sponsor, Red Colt. It gives you hooves.
Yup. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. A night that had started out as a fan flight for him with the squadron and the no-fly zone had turned into something much more. Some pony might be in trouble down there. It made him think about his sister, Cloud Dancer, with the 368 southwest of here. Was she okay tonight? 3!
Oh, 3 here, lead.
You were drifting off. Get your head in the game.
Roger, sir.
Northern Command, this is Nighthawk lead. We're approaching visual range of radar post 39.
Lead, this is 5. I have a visual, and Celestia's hooves is on fire!
5 lead. Get a hold of yourself and give me an assessment, goddammit.
Roger, lead, taking a closer sweep. Luna's main. Bodies everywhere. The post has been completely destroyed. Looks like by aerial attack. No sign of ground forces in the area.
Copy 5. Norcom, this is Nighthawk.
Nighthawk lead, this is AWACS Stormwatch. You have multiple bandits inbound.
Luna, damn it. Nighthawks, break off and engage incoming fighters. Try to get visual ID. The battle was joined and then the dying started. The sky was filled with missiles, gunfire, and explosions. The 32 aircraft of the 370 had struggled to get clear of the sudden onslaught of aggressors. Cloudburster had been trained in basic air combat maneuvering, but he wasn't ready for this. It sounded like half the wing had already been wiped out and they had been barely broken to engage. His surroundings whipped past him as he followed Nighthawk lead, pulling their wing pair into a hard G rolling turn, trying to get clear of the ambush. A quick look off to his right, and he saw and heard as Nighthawk 5, still shaken from her overflight of the radar post, got boxed in by cannon fire from 2 of the enemy flyers and shot down with close-range missiles. There was no sign of Nighthawk 4 anywhere near her. He refocused as the Major took them up and into an inverted loop that nearly had him blacking out.
Whoa!
3.
Sorry.
3, when we... Yeah, no. 3, when we come out of this loop, pick a target and hit them with a radar-guided missile as soon as you get a lock.
Aye, sir.
His voice was shaky. He hoped the Major didn't notice how nervous he was. They pulled out of the loop tight and hard in perfect formation, like the Wonderbolts doing the stunt. He got his target pod searching for an...
So the Wonderbolts are the Wonderbolts like the Blue Angels in your universe?
Yeah, they're basically the Blue Angels.
So they fly the cool planes that don't do crud.
Yeah, their planes can do crud.
They can, I know. It's like all you need to do is strap the missiles to the bottom and throw a couple cannons in, and you have Blue Angels of death.
Which I really think is a great idea. Can you imagine, like, you know, you think you're a decent pilot for the Chinese Liberation Air Force or whatever they're calling it now, but then suddenly there's this bright blue liveried plane off your wing. Suddenly he's on top of you. Now he's behind you. Now he's to your left. He's to your right.
Now he's
flying.
Now he's flying upside down, tapping on your cockpit.
How did he do that? What the hell?
Great leader, save us all. Oh wait, that'd be North Korea.
No, I think it works for Chinese too. They're kind of more of a central committee now.
Yeah, I guess it is.
They ran out of great leaders. He got his targeting pod searching for an enemy and got a clear tone off a fighter pulling through the smoke cloud that had once been Nighthawk 7.
Nighthawk 3, Fox 3.
And for enough, since we're doing the learning on the
Fox 3 is a radar-guided missile.
right. Fox 3 is a brevity code, NATO brevity code for radar.
That's
And
gonna
we're
get
My
a
God.
technical difficulty splash. Okay, carry on. You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Fox 3 is a brevity code for a radar guided missile. Fox 4 is guns, and Fox 5 is in this universe special weapons.
Which is like
It-
a light. Which
Fox-
I think you have in Dead Seas. It's like a lightning bolt thing.
It's actually in Luna Zone. They show up, I think, in like chapter 7.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. For my viewers, this is not the first time I've read this fanfic.
This is the guy
and
who
what are Fox?
dubbed the Tom Cruise, though. So I would take anything he says about the fic with a grain of salt because he's obviously biased.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Me? Biased? Never. So what are Fox 1 and 2?
Fox 1 is, off the top of my head, Fox 1 is a heat-guided missile.
Okay. Okay.
And Fox 2 is a semi-active radar guide. If you really want to get into the difference of it, it's called Wikipedia.
Fair enough.
And then jumping back to an acronym we skipped over, AWACS is Airborne Warning and Combat Control or something like that.
Yeah,
Basically, it's a giant radar.
It's the giant jets with those real big disc radars on the top of them, right? You there?
It's actually about 98% of people's reports flying saucers, actually.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I actually up in Seattle, there's actually at Boeing Field there's actually a Turkish one, where it isn't a disc, it's a long skinny thing. It's like a straight line. It's not actually a disc on the top of it.
Interesting.
I don't know why we have a Turkish one in Seattle, but we do.
Probably for training of some kind.
Probably.
You got to understand that's really far north for the Turks. So
really far north.
So I'm sure they're just doing NATO cross training.
Probably.
And long distance longevity flying is really what it is.
Okay.
All right. So
missile racing off pylon.
Yep, the missile raced off his pylon and closed the gaps between him and the enemy plane in a heartbeat. He wanted to shout to celebrate avenging the deaths of his comrades, but training kept him professional.
Lead 3 here. Splash 1 bandit.
Nothing but static answered him. Nothing at all. Cloudburster went evasive, scanning, trying to find any friendly fighters in the area, trying to find the major. His radio transmissions were getting more and more frantic, but it was obvious he was alone. He jumped up frequencies to battlespace tactical as he started racing away from the area, knowing the enemy fighters weren't going to leave him alive and that they were hunting him already.
Oh, just a sec. Sorry. They're hunting him already. Nighthawk 3 to Stormwatch. I think I'm the only one left. Going supersonic to evade the enemy.
The words died in his mouth as the sound of first 1, then 2, then 3 missile lock warnings started screaming in his ears. There was no chance for chaff or flares and fancy flying, not with 3 missiles closing fast. A quick glance to the rear and he could already see the rockets burning towards him, faster than the eye could track. He had just enough time for one final thought, a final whisper.
Cloud Dancer. Just a sec. I'm gonna pause the recording. I don't know if I actually remembered to initiate audio recording for that section.
Oh jeez.
Oh, it sucks so bad. Control Shift F back. Sorry. Okay, so 100 miles
and
away.
we're good. Okay.
100. Here, I'm gonna read the next section, if you don't mind.
Go for it. I'll get Sergeant Roughhoof.
Nice. Okay. Does it start out with Sergeant or does it start out with? Yeah, it starts out with Sergeant. Okay. 100 miles away. Equestrian Air Defense Force AWACS aircraft. Call sign Stormwatch.
This is Stormwatch. Nighthawk 3. Is any pony out there? Repeat. Stormwatch to Nighthawks. Any call sign, respond.
Staff Sergeant Arya Ears Roughhoof was one of the few Earth ponies in the EADF, but also one of the most exceptional radar and communication technicians in the Force. Aboard her E-321 Sky-Eye AWACS aircraft, with her crew of 7, they were the best at what they did, and they had just failed. Arya turned to... Is it Arya? Do you want it Arya or Arya? I've heard both.
Arya.
Arya?
Arya.
Okay. I have a friend, Arya.
I go with the Italian.
Fair enough. Arya turned to the flight control officer, Captain Aurora Starheart. Is that me?
No, that's me. That's me, and then you.
This is going to be so fun to listen to.
Well, especially because we're definitely dudes, and these are definitely
gals.
Pairs. Yeah, not working out so well.
This is why we riff this thing. No, we haven't actually done much of that.
Ma'am, we've lost all radar and radio contact with the 370th. The last radio contact with friendly forces indicates the entire wing as well as the outpost have been completely destroyed. We've also lost radar contact with abandoned aircraft.
Captain
Starfleet Command is...
Starfleet Command. Oh, I wish I had my webcam. I would pop it behind me. My roommate is huge into Next Generation. I'm trying to use that to introduce him through Discord to the show, but not working so far.
You should. He'd be so jealous. This is a horrible digression, but I've got this awesome phaser that I just bought. That's one of the old 90s hand phaser toys that was repainted to show accurate. And it got a laser that is powerful enough that I can harass aircraft with it put in it.
I will make sure he knows that you have that. Yes. Okay. Where were we? Oh yes.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant. Captain Starheart felt her heart drop a couple of inches in her chest. Whatever had started tonight didn't bode well at all. Thank you, Staff Sergeant. I'll make the call to Norcom. 32 fighters, an entire Celestia cursed wing! She shook her head softly, her sky blue mane shaking like the flag of a defeated army. But
I gotta admit, that's my favorite freaking metaphor I have ever used.
That's pretty cool. Though it would have been better if it was Snow White.
With blood streaks. Ah.
Bad Bpendragon, bad. No banana for you.
We're going to hell.
In a handbasket. In the
meantime, go ahead.
In the meantime, Staff Sergeant contact Marimore Aerospace Defense Force Base. Ask them to scramble CSAR. What's CSAR? Or SAR, however.
It is CSAR in this case. CSAR is Combat Search and
Rescue. Got it. With escorts. There may be survivors on the ground.
Tell them the area is hostile?
Yes, Staff Sergeant, until the units from Marimar can tell us otherwise.
Aye, ma'am. I'll get right on it.
Oh, this is... Oh, what was... Skype? What are you doing? Skype? Stop. Stop! Oh, some Everfree Northwest staff message or something or other, which I may or may not actually be able to get back to. Which sucks. Okay, we're looking at about 20 minutes right now. You want to start chapter 2?
We should be able to get through We should be able to get to chapter 1.
We just did chapter 1. That's what I mean. Yeah, because
we should be able to get to chapter 1, no problem.
Because chapter 1 is chapter 3 on FimFic. Because chapter 1 on FimFic is your glossary. Then you got the prologue, and then you get chapter 1.
That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so chapter 1 on a new wing. EADF Flight Academy, Hoovington Drill Field Aerial Demonstration Arena, Flight School Class 327, graduation, 15:30 local time. I wish I could get those cool, like, you know what I'm talking about? The special effects from, like, Call of Duty and shit?
Yeah.
That try to make it sound like the computer is processing or some crap.
Yeah. I will look into that, but I probably won't get it in on this one. Though, if you are sad enough to not understand oh look, the one of the AV heads for Everfree is online. That's probably what it was. If you are sad enough to not understand military time, just subtract 12 hours and add PM to the end. So this is 3:30 PM local time. If you don't, you're pathetic.
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna do both the major, the senior flight instructor, and I'll do the old general because I can do funny ass voices for them.
Okay. Yes. Here, I'll go. The stadium
Okay.
the stadium was filled with ponies. The families of the 700 Pegasi graduating from the equestrian. I'm just gonna say EADF. Forget this. Flight
Go
officer.
for it.
Flight officer candidate course generated a roar that could even drown out a Striker engine at full burn. As the mass formation swooped into the stadium, the roar got even louder, practically shattering candidate, that is Flight Officer Flair's hearing. Storm-clad gray colt felt the wind, causing his bright orange mane and tail to flutter in the wind and send a chill down his back. A quick glance over at the dark purple and navy blue maned mare beside him, Flight Officer Zephyr, his wingmate and best friend at the academy, told him she was similarly affected. Can't let it show, though. I have to maintain bearing. We're about to get our wings. The senior flight instructor brought the candidates to a perfect halt and hover landing in close order before the reviewing stand.
Squadron! Exit!
The old aviation veteran turned to the stand and saluted.
General, Class 327 prepared for graduation.
The old general returned the salute with a snap and precision of a stallion with half his years.
Excellent, Comrade Major. You may take your post. Fillies and gentlecolts, it is my pleasure to present to you 327 of the finest flyers Equestria has to offer. These young ponies have volunteered to fight tooth and hoof to defend our motherland, and we appreciate their courage, their
it's
sacrifice, and their heroism.
Wait, it's 327? I thought it was just class number 327.
Yeah, I said class number 327.
You didn't say class.
Oh.
So you said 327 of the finest flowers. It's like, wait, what?
That's a serious... Well, no, even that number is acceptable based on, like, Air Force Academy graduation rates.
Fair enough.
Anyway, jumping back to my horrendous Russian accent, and for all two of you listening, if one of you is Russian, I'm sorry.
No, he's not. He is not sorry at all.
No, I'm not. I've actually imbibed a decent amount of vodka, so I figure that's close enough to immigrating.
Fair enough.
These young ponies have volunteered to fight tooth and hoof to defend our motherland, and we appreciate their courage, their sacrifice, and their heroism. Wow, that kind of went Scottish for a second.
I am Marco Ramius. I am Sean Connery.
I'm a Russian submarine captain. You're lucky I'm in this shit to begin with.
Though he's actually what is that? He's Lithuanian in the book of the movie, but yeah, close enough.
However, I regret to inform you that I am not the cult to send these brave young warriors into the blue skies.
The general paused for a moment, enjoying the confusion and murmur throughout the class and assembled crowd.
Ladies and gentlecolts, it is my singular honor to introduce you to Her Royal Highness, Princess Luna of Equestria.
Squeak!
I just went full Scottish by the end of that.
Yeah, I know. And for my two viewers who don't know, Princess Luna and Twilight Sparkle are tied for best pony.
They really are. I support this in detail on my Ask a Marine Corps Brony Tumblr, so feel free to come challenge me.
Look down in the description. There's going to be a link. But
come at me, bro.
Yeah, I actually
bring on your Apple Dash, bitches. Let's go.
I actually spent 20 minutes on the phone with Wheel of Fine today because I ordered a Luna shirt and a Luna laptop bag. But I needed to use two separate Visa gift cards. So I spent like 20 minutes with Wheel of Fine so we could so that the system could run, so they could run it on two separate cards. Their customer service is amazing. If I hear otherwise, I want to know who you are so I can come find you and I can kill you, because their service is amazing.
I just wish for shipping didn't cost more than the goddamn shirt.
Yeah, that's why I had to use two cards, because I noticed that I was spending $42 with shipping, or I could add for just the bag, or I could add the shirt get an extra free item and free shipping for $54. So I got the shirt for
right.
$10, $12.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No, it isn't. But yeah, their customer service is amazing.
I haven't sent any of my brother is like my screen name implies, I am an actual United States Marine, and my brother is a naval sailor.
Squid.
He's actually stationed in Japan right now, and
nice.
he's also a brony dork. So I sent him pony stuff for Christmas. I've never actually tried to send him stuff direct from We Love Find, but I'm sure they could help me out if we needed to get that way.
Oh, yeah. I worked, I think it was Samantha who was helping me, and she did an amazing job. We were able to get it done really fast. Dude, what are you doing over there?
Huh? Drinking?
Okay, I just heard whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, okay then. Okay, so
I cannot keep the engines much longer.
Yo, Scotty. So here we are. As Princess Luna came up to the reviewing stand, in that moment, you could have heard a pin drop. How does the chopstick work? Close enough. Huh? I've got a chopstick right here. Done.
It sounded like the Minecraft wood effect, and now we know where that comes from. Chopsticks.
C-148, you have been found out. Or whoever it is that did all that. But yes, whatever the crowd had been expecting, this was not it. But the moment was immediately over, and the audience erupted in applause for the recently returned princess, who had just resumed her public duties about Equestria.
You realize that as soon as Luna came on screen, if you will, you basically turned into a British man?
Yes.
Seriously, if your accent gets much posher, as an Irishman, I'm gonna have to slap you through the computer somehow.
I get told I go full British every once in a while. It's actually quite fun.
You never go full Brit tard.
Tell that to Acoustic Brony. British.
Tell that to D&T. All right.
Okay, where were we? When she spoke, her voice was soft, but with do you mean timbre?
It says but with a timbre.
I thought it was R-E. Maybe I'm being too British again.
That is a timbre.
Okay, I always heard.
I don't know. Is it? Okay, contest for the readers. I will take a photo with your screen name, flipping you off if you can tell me, or licking the piece of paper with your screen name on it if that's what you're into. If you hear this, go to my Ask blog and send me a mess. Do a little ask and tell me, is it timbre or timber for the timbre of one's voice? And I've always heard timbre. I'll do a photo response for you.
I've heard timbre.
Bpen isn't allowed to do it. So.
Okay. It's your turn. Oh no. Ooh, I get to do Princess. I will do Princess Luna.
You got to make this so posh that like the Queen of England starts crying and doesn't know why.
Phileas and Gentlecles, it is a pleasure to share this day of celebration for these skilled young flyers with you. Flying is my own personal passion, and getting to share it with the brave aviators of Class 327 is a singular pleasure. It is also my pleasure to inform you all of a change in the EADF. Before my leave of absence, I was the commander of the EADF, and the 368th Night Fighter Wing was my personal squadron, Princess Luna's own. They've maintained this designation for the last 1,000 years, and are now resuming their duties as my personal squadron at Canterlot Aerospace Defense Force Base. This is especially exciting news for you, the flyers of Class 327, as 2 of your number have been given orders to join this squadron. How'd I do?
I've linked a GIF response.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Cheeseburger. If I can get to cheeseburger, my school is that bad?
No, not that bad, but I just thought the GIF was cute.
Oh, Dashy. You funny. Okay, where were we? Oh yes. That gave the audience and the class a real cause for pause. A slight shiver of motion went through the ranks. each of the 700 assembled cadets trying to figure out who had been singled out from amongst them for such an honor. Flight Officer Flair and Flight Officer Zephyr, if you could join me on the reviewing stand, please. Flair and Zeph took a sidelong glance at each other and quickly fell out of formation. Marching up to the reviewing stand with Flair in the lead, the pair of stunned Pegasi came to a halt, faced and saluted.
Your Highness, Flight Officers Flair and Zephyr reporting as ordered.
The princess smiled, obviously slightly amused by the formality. At ease, Flight Officers. I am becoming slowly and more feminine as I go.
You talk to your girlfriend with that mouth?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Maybe that's why. You need to go gargle some glass or something. That's what I do to make myself gruff and manly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I eat cigarettes, shit nails, and gargle glass like it's cool.
You scare me. Okay. Ah! I just got a Facebook update. Because Princess Luna just came across my speakers and just yelled, Huzzah! Which is my Facebook notification. Okay, as we were, you are both to be the princess approached, and Aid quickly trotted up with a tray on which 2 sets of flight wings and a pair of unique-looking squadron patches set. You are both to be commended. Your skill and passion for flying made you stand out amongst your classmates. Flight Officer Flair, your daring, curring, and penchant for aerobatics are of particular note. Similarly, Flight Officer Zephyr, your intelligence and level head will serve you as you fly with the 368th. The rest of the ceremony was a daze for both the young flyers, as the avalanche of backslapping and congratulations from their classmates, after. With no families to separate and find out, Zeph and Flair made a quick exit and celebrated their good fortune. The longtime friends were overjoyed to be able to keep flying together, but having caught the notice of someone as important as Princess Luna, it was almost too good to be true. Early the next morning, the young flight officers shouldered their bags and departed in the dawn for Canterlot Air Force Base. Yes, this has been the most of a portion of the first whatever on Wednesday of Bpendragon Presents. Shortened B Presents, and that's with a lowercase p, in case you were wondering. Though I drill it into you all the time, so it doesn't really matter. So, how are you doing, PonyMarine?
Wait, what?
What?
What was the question?
How are you doing? Huh? What do you think of your fic coming back and reading it aloud to the populace of the world?
I think I need to. I don't know. I feel like I need to rewrite it for a proper screenplay. It's kind of like, oh God.
Oh God.
No, why are you listening to it? No, you were the chosen one.
Oh, I love ramble readings.
That was not a direction I expected that to go.
No, I expected this actually to devolve kind of like a BFA thing.
I don't have. See, I wrote it. See, it's a little too serious.
It is.
And the subject matter is a little too real for a proper BFA de-evolution.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like you said, actually. This is This is the type of shit Tom Clancy would write if he was a brony.
Yeah. Tom Clancy. Come on, let's get it right.
Yeah, Tom Clancy. Whereas, meanwhile, if we were doing some stuff, if we were doing, Raging Semi.
Oh God, don't even go there.
Or other legendary targets of note. It's just kind of like, it's not even, it's kind of like getting cows walking in the direction of a cliff.
Yeah, you just gotta go there. There's that limit. Once you hit that limit, it doesn't really matter.
It's really not work. Like, you can make fun of this, but you have to have a little more in the way of intelligent jokes. If we're talking about Raging Semi's dialogue, his character development,
I do not have enough poems for my face. If we were talking about that.
Yeah, I mean that's the difference between this and BFA, especially is, my God, it's just so easy.
Yeah,
it's not comedy in the sense that I can take a nap and make fun of the average quality of fic we were doing in the BFA because
I mean, the jokes were
they're just
handed to
that
us on a plate.
right for one, and I mean they're just that retarded.
Yeah. And this is why you don't read clop fiction anymore.
Yeah, I mean unless you're busting it out for comedy, in which case, by all means,
Yeah, and
I'm to start making fun of dumbasses.
Yay! Oh wait, that's too easy.
On a side note, never mind, I forgot. So there is no side note.
There is no side note.
There is no side note. It is just the side note.
There is a note off to the side somewhere.
Yes.
Yes. So, you want to sign us out for the evening?
This is Edward Murrow, CBS News, signing off.
And this is Bpendragon wishing you happy fic.